Hello, welcome to Ring Takes, episode 72 here as we're on the road to SummerSlam. I believe I brought the shades back. I believe they were gone for a little bit. They're back. They're back.
Can you choose a path? Are you heel? Are you not a heel? Come on now. You're flip-flopping.
No, Lewis. If you recall, a couple of months ago, he says he was going to remain in this heel character until Cody Rhodes officially turned heel. Now, let's remember that now.
I'm sorry. I think I could go back to maybe like 2 episodes ago where he didn't have the shade. So I think that means he flip-flopped. And now he's flip-flopping back. He's a
no. What he did was he did what Vince McMahon used to do in creative and insulting the fans' intelligence, booking something one week and then not doing it the next week, thinking we weren't going to catch on.
Long-term Brooklyn Lewis. I'm playing with your emotions. I'm playing with your mind.
I think you're insulting our viewers' intelligence.
If I erase the footage, you can't see it. That's what it is. That's what it is, man. That's what it is. But let's get into it, man. We got SummerSlam, so SummerSlam picks, WWE PLE coming up. Let's give with the record here. Me and Brian are both at 26-11, and Lewis is bringing it at 25-12. So everyone finished 3-2 on the last pay-per-view. So still in that order, still holding true to form, and we'll see what happens tonight with our picks, especially on Saturday when SummerSlam takes place in Cleveland. So we will see what happens with that. Let's get into it here with our first match. This has been boiling ever since Royal Rumble. Literally 8 months in the making. CM Punk versus Drew McIntyre. This has been a heated rivalry. People taking people out, costing each other world championship matches, getting taken out backstage, knocked out. Again, CM Punk costing Drew McIntyre world title matches. Drew McIntyre up in the ante, taking a family bracelet from CM Punk. Who do you guys have in this one? In this heated, long, building, injury-ridden feud?
Lewis, you can go first.
All right.
I forgot to say it. Seth Rollins is the special guest referee. I can't forget about that.
Of course, you can't forget it, especially that poofy ref shirt he wore on Monday. Maybe that'll be the same shirt he wears on Saturday.
I don't know what's up with his clothing. I don't. I get what he's trying to be.
That's been his thing for like a year and a half now.
Just bring back Monday Night Messiah. That's all I want. That's all I want. I want him
to. You want to bring back the man who took out Rey Mysterio's eye?
Yes.
You want that guy?
Yes.
That's what you want. No, I do not want that. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I did like the Monday Night Messiah. I'm not gonna lie. I didn't maybe gravitate too much to it at the time, but I think I appreciated the aesthetic, like the intro and everything.
Yes.
But his antics, I was not a fan of. That match, like, I will never. That match was just too cringe for me to even recall. And I'm like, you guys are. I get it. Everyone's home and people can't leave, but this is what you're trying to entertain us with.
You didn't
removing of an eyeball.
You didn't like the steel steps. You didn't like the steel steps, and
oh yeah, and Ray magically got his eye back, and it's perfectly fine.
If we erase the footage, you can't tell.
Yeah, we do. And I don't care to see it. This feud, it's been tough. I think, obviously the element of Punk is obviously gonna draw. Everybody loves Punk at this point. It's like now that he's here, it's like he can do no wrong.
Mm-hmm.
But I think I saw online, Drew has been carrying this feud, and he's been doing great with it. I think he's been doing great promos, great character work, And as Dan has and myself have alluded that he has lost a lot. And I think
loser. Let's say it right. Loser. He's been a loser on every field.
He has been a loser, and it's been to his own doing. And I liked how on Monday he kind of played into, hey, And I mean, they both did it, but like Drew was more like, hey, you hate him the same amount that I hate him. So you should be on my side and let's screw him over. Like you said, he's a character. He shouldn't be here. He's all about himself. So make the right decision. And you know what? Just from that interaction and before, I can tell that, Drew's kind of trying to play it smart on this one, obviously, because he's been outsmarted so much. But I see, I don't know. I see Drew winning this one just because it'll just create another feud for Punk to have after this. Just because this has been going on for so long. He's screwed him over so many times. We're now getting the big match. But I do see some like unintentional hit to Rollins who unintentionally takes out Punk and then unintentionally causes them the match. So I see a lot of people screwing each other over, but I somehow see Drew finally getting the win on the big stage. So that's where I'm at. And he needs it because he needs it. If Punk gets this win, it buries it to the max of all Drew's credibility. Like, what does he say at this point? What does he even say?
The establishment is still against him.
You can continue that, but how much longer is that going to work for him? You're going to, like you just said, it's going on 8 months. You could go on a whole year saying the whole thing.
He's been losing since last year.
I'm just saying. I think Drew definitely will get the win in this one.
All right.
Well, obviously, this was a very hard match to pick because both guys kind of, in a sense, kind of need the win per se. This is Punk's first one-on-one match since signing back with the company. Drew has been on a PLE losing streak because of Punk. My question is there, after this match, is the feud going to continue? And I feel as though it's strong enough to continue, because this, like I said, like we've been saying, the feud has been going on since January. It's a blood feud and it's intense. And I don't think that a feud this personal should end with a special guest referee match, which is also the reason why I'm kind of leaning towards Drew winning, because like I said, Drew's been the one that's on the been on the PLE losing streak, and while this is Punk's first match, I don't think he necessarily needs to win out the gate, because he's still, at the end of the day, he's at the point right now where he is still CM Punk. But I just feel as though a feud like this, because it has gotten personal, you still see Drew walking around with the bracelet. And I just feel as though this feud is personal enough that it'll end when the babyface comes out on top. Like, I feel like Drew's gonna come out with the win, but I feel like Seth Rollins is gonna somehow get involved, swing things his way. It's kind of like you said, Lewis, to the point where then Punk is looking at it from the standpoint of, I got screwed. Now I'm going back after you, and then it'll get to a point where it's like, okay, we need to have one match to settle this. And I would predict that it would be at Bad Blood, Hell in a Cell. If you really want to end it right. So I'm going Drew.
So you're also going Drew? So that's 2 for Drew McIntyre. Why on earth would we pick this loser? This guy who has lost every championship opportunity to CM Punk. This man who has been whining since last year about getting these opportunities, getting screwed and screwed over. He did win at WrestleMania. I guess we can give him the credit for that. But then he lost his title because he wanted to grandstand and hot dog in front of CM Punk and then screwed him. Why would we continue to pick this guy who has just been whining on wrestling? And you want to know why we're going to pick him? Because it has to pay off at some point. It has to pay off at some point. Having him do all this stuff and just end up on the short end of the stick again. It doesn't make any sense, and it can't make any sense. I'm picking Drew McIntyre as well, because he has to win. Because if he loses, what else is left?
I mean, yeah.
I mean, haven't we said this before?
If he loses this match, the feud is essentially dead. Because like he can't go back. He can't go back now because it's just like you've been feuding with this guy for 8 months. Then you finally get him after him being injured for all this time, and then you lose. Oh, the feud is done. You can't go back after him again because it's like.
I think this starts Seth Rollins' heel turn because it's needed. I think we've all gotten. I don't want to say tired. I want to say a little bit of fatigue. I don't know what to call it. Just it's grown stale. Like Seth Rollins has been a good face for a while, and then it just kind of ran off. And it's like, okay, he did what he needed to do, drop the title at WrestleMania, and we all thought that was long overdue at some point, especially with this workhorse title that they were trying to build up. And of course, we always think about CM Punk and Seth Rollins being the money match, being the match that needs to happen between these two guys. And Drew McIntyre needs to actually go after the world championship and be in a different realm and go after somebody else and be on a different mean streak. Him losing again doesn't help him. CM Punk is bulletproof. He can lose 10 times and be fine.
Yeah, basically.
Well, he can still talk on the mic and still get it done with. Like, that's not going to change for CM Punk at all. So I'm going with also Drew McIntyre. I don't see him losing this match.
Let's just hope and pray that Punk comes out of this match in one piece.
That too.
Yep. And every match that he has for the next, I'd say 2 or 3 months, we all should have that mindset because, first it was the broken foot in AEW, then it was his tricep again.
It's just a matter of time.
Then it was his tricep, and then it was something. Then it was something else. It was just like
it's just a matter of time.
Just stay healthy. Just stay healthy, please.
But yeah, he's got to stay healthy, man. But I feel like this is a good match for him. But Seth Rollins is in there. Of course, I've been saying the shades of 1997 with Shawn Michaels. It's going to be interesting to see what happens and see what role Seth Rollins plays. Because what if Seth Rollins just screws both of them and says to hell with both of you guys and ups the ante? And maybe there's a triple threat at Bad Blood. Maybe that's to up the ante and get it to a different level. But we are all going Drew McIntyre for this pick. In our first match. Let's continue on here. Let's continue to move on with